congratulatory address by Israeli Ambassador to Korea, Akibator. Please give him a big round of applause.
Shalom, 안녕하세요. Leadership of this august institution of higher learning, the Pohang University of Science and Technology. Dear graduates and recipients today of their advanced degrees, and to your friends, your parents, congratulations on your marvelous accomplishment. Mazal Tov, 축하합니다. At the opening of the Hebrew Bible, the foundational text of Jewish culture, we are told that the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the deep. And then there was light, and there began the emergence of order, the creation of stars, the beginning of life, first as vegetation, and then creatures swarming in the seas, the differentiation of land species, and the development of humankind endowed with higher intelligence. This ancient text begins with an attempt at explanation of fundamental questions. Why do things exist? How is the material universe constituted? Why are we here? What is the meaning of the created order? Essentially, it reflects a scientific, speculative outlook, an attitude of wonder, an optimism that knowledge is possible, that we can understand the nature of things. For the great Jewish philosophers, scholars of the Middle Ages, Maimonides and Saadia Gaon, the opening chapters of Genesis reflect the quest for knowledge, the desire for understanding, not the imposition of dogma. Now, in this ancient text, we find the cardinal principle that is essential for the pursuit of science today: optimism. Optimism that the universe is not inscrutable, that humans have the capacity to find deep explanation, that we have the character to make bold discovery, that curiosity is at the core of the human endeavor. Dear graduates, you begin your scientific and engineering careers at a most auspicious time. Thanks to supernova observations, we know that the universe expands at an accelerating rate, but we don't know why. We know that 5% of the observable cosmos is atomic material, about which we know a fair amount, but 25% is dark matter, of which we know very little, and 70% is dark energy, of which we know even less. Albert Michelson, the first American to win the Nobel Prize for the measurement of the speed of light, thought that all basic discovery in physics was completed in 1894, and future discovery would only reveal the sixth place of decimals. Richard Feynman, writing in 1965, the same year he received the Nobel Prize for his work in quantum electrodynamics, thought science had completed its work. I think there will certainly not be novelty, he said, say for 1,000 years. It is like the discovery of America. You only discover it once. So we see that even great men of science can fall to unfortunate pessimism. Do not ever let this happen to you. If science was over, then what of the standard model, dark energy, the next level of AI, and all that is to come? The Oxford physicist David Deutsch compares the current state of knowledge to that of Eratosthenes of Cyrene, who in the 3rd century BC quite accurately measured the circumference of the Earth, but had no technology for discovering the Earth's geography. Deutsch believes that we are in much the same situation today. We cannot yet map the universe as accurately as Eratosthenes did the Earth by measuring the shadow angles of the sun. But we are aware, like he, of the depth of our ignorance, and that science today is confronted by a historically unusual number of deep fundamental questions. So, we are like Columbus, setting out west at every sunrise into a new unknown, not at the end of science, but only at the edge of the beginning. What a time to be alive. What a time to be a woman or a man with a Postech degree. To solve these vexing problems of science, you will need each other. You will require collegiality, teamwork, the rejection of parochialism and old habits of thought. This is at the heart of Postech's strong emphasis on convergence as a new method in science. It is a recognition of the fact that the Human Genome Project could not have been accomplished without a marriage of disciplines between biology and informatics and strong collaboration between laboratories in many countries. The new frontier of science will not be bridged in solitude. You will need each other and friends that you have not yet met. Professor Maria Spiropoulou, a member of the CERN team that discovered Higgs boson, put it this way: in my view, the ultimate law remains a persistent puzzle, and the way we solve it is going to be through new thinking. So, it is you who will provide this new thinking and new modes of explanation, because you students, graduates, you possess the dynamism and fresh perspectives of youth. You will pierce the veils of mystery through collaborative work with colleagues here and abroad, with people who are quite different from you and very much the same. This is why I am so excited by President Kim Woo-hwan's outreach to the elite science and research centers in Israel, and what Korean and Israeli science will discover together. To advance the new frontiers of science, you will also need commitment, integrity, and courage. You will need to believe in yourselves, your findings, and your deep convictions, even when counterintuitive and subject to ridicule. This was the powerful lesson of Dr. Don Shechtman, Nobel Prize winner for the discovery of quasi-crystals, in his presentation before the faculty and students of Postech last summer. Be true to yourselves. Fear only falsehood. So, graduates, what is required of you? Optimism, teamwork, courage. Finally, dear graduates, I make a plea to you on behalf of humanity. The nature of the challenges confronting contemporary society require deep scientific and technological advance to solve hunger, disease, climate change, species extinction, the management of our beautiful planet inhabited by 8 billion hopeful souls who are still drawn to the types of queries raised millennia ago in the beginning in the book of Genesis. Are we alone in the universe? Why is there anything? What is consciousness? Will artificial intelligence advance us to a higher perception without erasing the human personality? Can we heal cancer? What is our destiny? Why are we here? Yarabuni badun, jisong'e un sarul apro ilyu'e baljanul wihaya, himsha jushipshio. And just in case you didn't understand my Hanguka, go forward with the gifts of intellect you have been granted and advance the cause of humankind.